You know, whenever I see the term or a newspaper article, YouTubers getting arrested, it's usually for hurty words on here or expressing an opinion that doesn't exactly meld with the mainstream narrative. But on this occasion, it's slightly different. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I'm sure you've all heard of Kavanagh. If you haven't, here's his channel here. He's a guy that goes around playing the boogie woogie on all the pianos at the different train stations, and I actually quite enjoy his stuff. Been following him for quite a while, but he is yet another one in a long line of YouTubers, or an increasingly long line of YouTubers, that seems to be getting arrested for something ridiculous. In this case, I'm not going to tell you the whole story, but you can see the footage here. He had, well, what was it, 6, 7, 8 police officers turn up to arrest him and his wife in front of his children, thereby scaring the hell out of them. And it wasn't for anything he said publicly, an opinion he expressed online. It was purely for expressing concerns about the history of an individual that he let onto his property to perform a task that he asked them to do. When this individual turned up, he was like, there's something not quite right about this chap. And further investigation, he found out his intuition, his parents' intuition, was absolutely spot on. Now, if I was in that position, I would have behaved in exactly the same way, and I'm sure any other parent would have done as well, and really ask questions as to why this individual was allowed to interact in this circumstance in the first place. It just beggars belief that this stuff goes on, but it does. Now, what really is the crux of all this, Brendan, and you know, there's a video on this which I'll leave in the description below so you can go and have a look. Like any parent, ask the questions, why did you allow this individual to be in this space? Why did you allow this individual access to my kids? I can't make it any clearer than that, can I? I want explanations. And he was understandably quite angry about it and sent emails accordingly. He was given full disclosure about the history of this individual, and then furthermore, you know, got reported for harassment. And instead of dealing with a definite safeguarding issue, I suppose you could call it, Brendan was done for harassment. The police turned up and nicked him. So what part of that do I understand? I'm sorry, but if I'm in an environment where my kids are, then an individual comes in which has history, which could be quite questionable, proven or otherwise, you're not going to want them near your children. When you find out later on you've been fooled into allowing them to do so, it doesn't bode well, does it? You know, in this environment, our kids should be protected. The parents should be protected for asking questions, but instead we get nicked for going against the establishment. It's disgusting. From a free speech point of view, I would recommend joining something like the Free Speech Union. I have. You'll get advice, legal cover if needed, you know. But in this instance, my God. Anyway, I hope it all works out. Check the video in the description so you can see it. Thank you very much for listening. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Have a look at this video here about another episode of a YouTuber getting their collar felt. And as always, I'll talk to you soon. Toodaloo.